This is a unique setting in which we are private practice, but we are also very academic. Some use the term pracademic to describe this, but it's unique in that we have a fellowship program. We teach medical students, we teach residents, we teach fellows, we participate in research, yet at the same time don't have some of the constraints that you might find in other settings. One thing I love about being here is that I have the opportunity to do all the things that I love in medicine, and I'm not forced to do things that aren't so favorable. So I have a lot less restrictions in terms of the way that I choose to care for patients in the way that I feel is the most appropriate.
30 years later, no regrets. I come to the office and the endoscopy center. I don't call it work because it's not a work, it's a craft that we've learned over the years. And I've been fortunate in the way that I have great partners over the years. We've grown to 10 partners and growing. There's always room for one more good one, no matter how full we are.
Being new to private practice and coming from pretty much a strict academic background, there was a lot I needed to learn in terms of running a business, in terms of being able to stay afloat and continue to work and to grow. And really putting my own professional goals in focus and thinking, what are the things that I want to achieve in the time that I have, to see patients and care for people, and how can I better do that? How can I very quickly get to some of these goals that might take a longer time, or I might not have the business acumen or the strength or backing to do so.
It's tough to start up. You don't get trained anything in business while you're being mentored by your division heads and attendings. And no fault of their own, they're just not used to that. That's what they live and that's what they believe, and that's fine. But if you're wired to be your own boss someday and have the decisions you want to make, for example, if you want artificial intelligence, the GI Genius, which we're purchasing now for all 8 of our endo rooms, you want to have the ability to do that and not have to go through the red tape for a business person who has nothing to do with clinical care of patients make that decision for you.
When I first joined the practice, there were a list of things that I wished we had. And within the last few years, I've been able to see some of those things come into motion, and we've really been able to start to grow and to have better function overall. And spend less time in moments of frustration, but find that there are other people putting together great thoughts, great ideas, and have experience into how to really make these things come to pass.
I like the fact that we're able to see patients in the office, talk to them, help them with their diseases and with medical therapies, but I also like the fact that I can do something about it with doing an endoscopy, like colonoscopy or gastroscopy or ERCP, and taking out a stone from the bile ducts and giving some relief. So that's what I really love to do, and I like doing it in this setting mainly because, again, it's an outpatient setting. No one tells me how to practice, and we're all very supportive of each other. Frequently, if there's something unusual that one of us hasn't seen or hasn't come across in the last 10 years, they'll walk into the endoscopy room or into the office and consult, and no one's made to feel like they should know that. Everyone's very supportive and helpful.
I saw the esteem that people have for my colleagues, and really saw that a lot of the work that they had put in over the many years that they've been here really created a good reputation. So their reputation pretty much precedes them, and I was happy to be a part of something like that.
You have a long-standing relationship. I've had patients now in practice for 30 years, 20 to 30 years, and it's like family almost.
When I was working as a fellow, most of my focus was just learning how to be a gastroenterologist. But a lot of what I learned after finishing training and starting work here was a lot of just being a doctor, what it means to care for people, what it means to go the extra mile for people, to be committed to them, to be a good listener, to care about them and their families, and to really employ a lot of the skills I learned on an educational level in terms of trying to really help people and really be something important and make a difference in people's lives. I think all of our patients here deserve to be listened to be heard, and to be treated as though they were a member of our own family, with the same care and respect that we would treat our own family members with. And that's something that I feel my partners and I can provide for the community here.